Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Hi guys, and welcome to another Fool of the Week. This week's Fool is the Right Honourable Gentleman from the 19th century, Jacob Rees-Mogg. In another desperate attempt to find a Brexit benefit, our Victorian MP rummaged through his drawing room and pulled out a country, Ukraine. In this interview with Sophy Ridge from Sky News, he claims here that if Brexit hadn't happened, Russia would have successfully invaded Ukraine. Have a listen to this.
We were able to show global leadership over Ukraine. Putin would probably have invaded Ukraine successfully if the UK had been bound in by the requirement of sincere cooperation and had had to follow a Franco-German line in dealing with Russia, which is what we did in 2014. So those are three huge benefits.
So you genuinely
one,
believe
a
then...
cash benefit to British taxpayers.
So you genuinely believe that Putin would have successfully invaded Ukraine if the UK had been part of the EU?
I think the leadership shown by Boris Johnson, which he could only do because he was not bound by sincere cooperation, ensured that a coalition was set up that made it impossible for Putin to succeed. And I think if that hadn't been the case, we'd been bound by this concept of sincere cooperation, we'd have had the mucky compromise that was delivered in 2014 when Russia invaded the Crimea. I think it's really important. But above all of this, we've got democracy.
What is he talking about here? This sort of revisionist view of history. Now, I found this article in the UK Parliament archives, and it says here, in a press release on the 6th of March 2015, the MOD set out the UK's overall policy with respect to military assistance to Ukraine. The UK policy since the start of the crisis has been to provide non-lethal assistance to Ukraine armed forces, in line with HMG's assessment that there must be a political solution to this crisis. The MOD will continue to focus on support and assistance that will reduce fatalities and casualties amongst members of the Ukrainian armed forces, whilst building their capacity and resilience. The UK military assistance was bilateral in nature. The provision of equipment and training was undertaken in coordination with allies, primarily through NATO, specifically the NATO-Ukraine Commission, and through initiatives such as the US, Canada, UK, Ukraine Joint Commission for Defence, Reform and Security Cooperation, which was established in July 2014, while the UK was a member of the European Union. In contrast to the US, I have to repeat that, the UK government ruled out providing lethal arms to Ukraine at the time. Other European leaders, including German Chancellor Angela Merkel and then French President François Hollande, also openly opposed arming Ukraine. And that remained the situation for the foreseeable future. Now, this article goes on, and I'll leave a link to in the description. It goes on to explain what sort of support the UK provided, training, stuff like this as well. But this has nothing to do with the EU. This was a NATO-led commission. This was a NATO-led initiative. What the hell is Jacob Rees-Mogg talking about here? I don't understand, and I really can't respond to it because it makes no sense. He's living on another planet. And that's why he's our Fool of the Week. Let me know next time. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you think, and I'll see you next time for our next Fool of the Week.